Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
We're here at the Wilkes household today because you're going to do some bottling. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yep.
But we are back from the National Homebrewers Conference in San Diego.
Lovely San Diego.
And we recorded a whole bunch of shows on the audio side out there. We didn't shoot video this time.
Not this time.
Part of the reason was Club Night was held outside, which was beautiful, but very dark.
Very difficult to...
And rather than shoot with this big light in people's faces and ruin everybody's evening, we said, let's just do audio.
We didn't want people to think Beyonce was there, because all the lights. And
So check out Basic Brewing Radio. Go into the archives if you're watching this into the future, and I think we recorded at least 8 audio episodes out there.
Yeah.
Experiments and tastings and all kinds of stuff, meads and beers.
crazy stuff. Carolina Reaper tasting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one.
So
Anyway.
what do we got today?
Well, today I revisited, I used to make the Belgian blonde and the Belgian brunette and all that stuff.
They would slap you around. You weren't a gentleman. So now what?
I don't understand any of that. Just wanted to let you know that you're not alone. So, so I wanted to revisit this recipe, and I brewed it on the high gravity electric brew in a bag system that we are forever talking about. Mm-hmm. But this is the old Belgian ale recipe that this time I featured dark brown sugar. Instead of Belgian candy sugar, I used dark brown sugar, just store brand dark brown sugar.
Right.
And we'll see how it goes. So if you want to open,
I'll open.
And pour, you may pour aggressively. This one's not overcarbonated, I don't think. But let's talk about the recipe. It's 5-gallon or 19-liter recipe. 10 pounds or 4.5 kilograms of Belgian pills. 4 pounds or 1.8 kilograms of malted wheat, and then I mashed that at 150 degrees for 60 minutes, and then at 60 minutes at the beginning of the boil, I added 2 ounces or 56 grams of Styrian Goldings, and that's all the hops, and 30 minutes before the end of the boil, the 60-minute boil, I added 1 pound or 450 grams of dark brown sugar. And I pitched it with the White Labs 500, which used to be called Trappist ale yeast, and now it's like monastery yeast or something like that. Must have been some sort of trademark thing.
Yeah. Better than Monostat.
Yeah,
don't use that.
That'll kill your yeast.
Don't use that.
So the original gravity was 1083, and it finished out at 1015 with a healthy alcohol by volume of 9.1%.
Well, there you go.
So let's see what you think about it. Boy,
Cheers. Yeah.
Did you short yourself, or is that just different sized glasses?
I shorted myself, but that's okay. This is 9% beer. And it smells delicious. Boy, you can... Yum, and you can tell it's a Belgian beer. I mean, I haven't even tasted it yet.
Yeah, there's the nose of that Belgian yeast. A little bit, I guess you'd say funky. Maybe a little bit of banana in the nose.
Wow, that's a very reminiscent of Chimay Blue Label. Very reminiscent.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
Absolutely.
It at 9.1%. It may be a little heavy to be a double,
right?
But that's what it tastes like to me. It's not as heavy as, say, a quad.
No, nowhere near.
And it's too dark to be a triple.
That's got a punch.
But it's not hot though.
No, not at all.
I fermented it. Did I take notes on the fermentation? I fermented it in the basement at probably lower 70s this time of year, Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is, Celsius. But I racked this one to secondary. I haven't been racking beers to the secondary. I've just been either bottling or kegging from the primary once things kind of settle down. But the yeast didn't want to flocculate readily, and I didn't want to have just a ton of sediment in the bottle. So I racked it to secondary. When did I do that? About, looks like 12 days after I brewed, I racked to secondary. And then, let's see, I did that on the 24th of May, and I bottled on the 6th of June, so figure that out. But I think it's a really tasty beer. And it reminds me of why I use this recipe so much. And I don't know, it would be interesting to do a side-by-side comparison of the standard Belgian candy syrup or Belgian candy sugar to the brown sugar, just the dark brown sugar.
I feel like I can tell that it's brown sugar, or it has a that molasses feel to it. And you're right. It would be interesting to see what the difference side by side would be. But that's an absolutely delicious beer.
Well, thank you.
It's just clean as a whistle. I don't detect any defects of any kind in it. There are people with golden palates that it's like they can tell the 1-bit CD from the 18-bit CD record, But I'm not one of those people.
I used a 2-liter starter, by the way, since it was such a big beer. But you mentioned molasses.
That's right. I'm going to challenge you. I went down to the local store today.
It's hard to sell. It's called Chicken Holler.
It's called Chicken Holler.
I'm not sure what kind of store it is.
But they sell stuff. And what I needed...
As they do in most stores.
Well, but they sell local honey.
They also sell chicken wire.
And chicken wire and manure.
And hay.
And they also sell local Ozark sorghum molasses. And so I saw these.
From Neosho, Missouri.
From Neosho, Missouri. And it's 22-ounce jar. There's nothing but sorghum in it. And I thought I would challenge you to brew something. And I'm going to brew something. Mm-hmm. We're going to do it separately, blindly. So
right.
Not a side-by-side, same word thing.
Right.
And then we're going to have a contest. And we're going to get like Casey or Andy or a panel to see...
To choose our favorite?
Whose brew is true.
Oh, my.
And that'll be in the future. So this is an on-air challenge.
Oh, I accept your challenge,
You accept
sir.
my challenge. The
Do
brew that
I
is
pick
true.
up the gauntlet?
I don't have a gauntlet.
Have you thrown it down?
I've got a cummerbund, but I don't have a gauntlet. So I thought that would be fun. We can just it's like Iron Chef, except separately.
I mean, my inclination is to do a Belgian, but I've already done a Belgian.
You can still do
I
one.
got like 2 cases of this 9% beer, so I don't know that I need that much more high gravity beer in my dwelling.
Well, I think I get 22 ounces. I can probably get like 1 or 2 ounces of rum out of this. If I work hard enough.
Just gonna go into distilling.
Just distill it. But that's the challenge for later.
So
maybe.
it'll be a couple months down. Maybe
months down.
holiday time we unveil our molasses beers.
We could do, who knows? Because we can't share information.
That's right.
This is not collaborative.
And I'm not going to give you any ideas.
This is cutthroat. This is absolute sorghum molasses beer war.
A sticky situation.
That's right, especially when I brew.
Well, there you go.
All right, this is a good beer.
Thank you.
In fact, it's a great beer.
Thank you.
And you only brought 1 bottle, I bet.
No, I brought 2.
Oh, good.
So you'll have a chance to catch
Well,
up.
we're getting ready to bottle my Farmington Saison
Which we'll talk about
next week.
Next
well,
time,
no,
or next time.
Not next week, but next time.
That's right.
So there you go.
There you go. Just some little teasers to go along with the beer. And we're glad to be back.
Very happy to be back.
And we will talk to you next time. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Happy brewing.
Come and visit us on the web. At basicbrewing.com, you can find archive lists of both our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs, Extract Brewing and Partial Mashing, Stepping into All Grain, Low-Tech Lagering and Decoction Mashing, Introduction to Wine Kits, and our Basic Brewing Brewer's Logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. Write to James at basicbrewing.com, Steve at basicbrewing.com, or just use the contact form on basicbrewing.com.
Excuse me.
Hey, that's really a good beer.